Hi, I am Susan, and I'm the creator of this new YouTube channel. After the past year and watching all the YouTube channels I have, I realized that I had a unique take and a unique view on my life, and that maybe someone could be helped with my recipes and my money-saving things. You see, I am a senior citizen, and I am considered low income, very low income, in fact, by the government tables. I make less than $10,000 a year. And yes, that's less than $1,000 a month. And it's only Social Security. I have no other income. I have no other pension. I have nothing. It's simply Social Security. I live in a small rural town that has no Walmarts and a Dollar Trees within 50 miles. A Sam's Club and a Costco is within a 2.5 hour drive. And as for the cheaper grocery stores, I don't think we even have any of them in our entire state. I realized that over the years that I have done many money-saving tips. I do many money-saving recipes, and yet I eat well. I don't eat much processed food. It's mostly vegetables and fruits, and a little meat at times, fish at other times. That's what I eat. Yes, I'm pretty healthy, except for my fibromyalgia, and that is not going to go away, believe me. I wish it would, but it's not. Anyway, I am into cooking and into recipes, into preserving foods and not wasting foods. I am into dehydrating now because I finally got a new dehydrator after my other one quit about 3 years ago, and I never got a new one. After I got the new one this year, I realized exactly how much I missed dehydrating my food. You see, I'd done it for several years, many years, and I used the food for every day, for the food we would eat. People seem to be amazed at the fact that I was dehydrating it. It's very simple to do, very easy to do, and it saves you money. Besides, it gives you, when you put the things together, you know there's what's in it. You know there's no extra preservatives, there's no extra additives, it's just plain food. Okay? I have dehydrated everything. I've dehydrated sour cream. I've dehydrated cheese. I haven't tried butter yet, or milk. I've dehydrated soup. I've dehydrated almost anything. Right now, I am dehydrating chicken. The chicken will be coming out in a little while, and the crab meat will be coming out in a little while. And then into the dehydrators will go cottage cheese and processed cheese, shredded processed cheese, such as Velveeta's. I do get, once a month, what we call a senior box, and that includes some vegetables, some fruit, usually a cereal or juice, milk, self-stable milk, and a large package of cheese, like Velveeta. I have so many in my refrigerator that I decided to shred them. I have dehydrated cheddar cheese. I have dehydrated Colby cheese. I have dehydrated mozzarella cheese. But there are certain precautions you have to take, and they have to be kept in the freezer because of all the oil. But they can be done. And so I decided to dehydrate my shredded cheese and try to get rid of my 10 pounds of cheese that I have here. Yes, I don't eat much cheese. When I do eat cheese, it usually goes into a macaroni salad or it goes into a pea salad. I don't eat much cheese all by themselves. It's definitely not cheese and crackers. I mean, that wasn't the way I was brought up. That wasn't the way we were raised. That's not what we do. You see, we all have different food cultures. Some of you were brought up on rice. We weren't. I don't know why, but we weren't. Yes, we have it for dessert. My grandma would make delicious glorified rice, and I've spent years trying to perfect that for my brother. That's the one recipe he asked me to make. But we didn't have rice any other time, and so I'm slowly becoming adjusted to eating more rice, since rice generally comes in our senior boxes. And when you end up with 10 or 12 pounds of it, you know you better do something, and you better find some recipes for it. So I'm gradually adjusting to that. Another food culture we never had was beans. The only beans we had was in bean soup or in baked beans. My mom would make baked beans for any kind of gathering we had. It was cheap, it was easy, and everybody enjoyed it. That's the only beans I got. Now I'm adjusting to that too. I have my own soup mix that I made, and I make my beans as a primary well, I make beans to eat. Period. I don't know what else you call it. It's beans to eat. We only have my local grocery store and a Dollar General here in town. So I really have to watch my sales because they're all expensive. And with only less than $1,000 a month to cover my food, my clothing, any extra expenses I have, my housing, that's really stretching it. And I have to watch the sales. I can't buy anything on impulse. It all has to be thought out. I once had somebody tell me that they'd never seen anybody like me, because I would go into the grocery store with a list, and I would come out with that's all I had. I never bought anything extra. It was always just exactly what was on my list. And my list was what I could afford. Not what I wanted or anything else, but what I could afford and what I could make the most meals with or food with. That leaves a lot of pasta, a lot of rice, a lot of beans, not much meat, a lot of vegetables. In this winter, vegetables are limited up here because we live in a climate that has 4 seasons, and winter can get pretty rough, and I mean below zero for many weeks at a time. Also, our vegetables have to come from such a long ways since we're so rural, and so we don't have much choice, especially in our local stores. I love going to our nearby cities, or what we call cities, but most few would consider towns, because they're under only 25,000 people on them. But I love going to those stores because they have all the extra vegetables that I like, such as leeks, zucchini, all those things. And they're year-round. Pineapple, they're year-round. I can't get them here in my grocery store. They have finally brought Brussels sprouts into the grocery store, and I believe they're a big hit. Everybody looks for them. They're expensive, but we still eat them. Asparagus, I love asparagus. This spring, our store had them on for 99 cents for a pound. Believe me, I stocked up. That's how I buy. I stock up when they're on sale, and then I don't buy again until they come on sale again. In a couple of months, we will have our farmer's market, and we have a big farmer here who has dedicated his life to bringing us fruits and vegetables. It's really was really a needed service to us, and I love the vegetables. And I stock up there too. When they're in season, I buy, and I dehydrate, or I can, or I freeze. So they're ready for me to use when they're not available. Otherwise, I couldn't live as well as I do. I have several recipes for a coffee drink. I haven't been in a coffee shop for years, but I have my own drink. It uses pudding and coffee, instant coffee. It has some milk in it, and it's very good. I have several of those recipes that I use. Some of them is coffee mixes themselves, and some of them are just as creamers. And yes, I love them because I couldn't afford going to a coffee shop and paying their prices. In fact, I haven't been in a coffee shop for so many years that I really don't know what the prices are anymore, but I'm assuming they're going up because everything else is going up. That is another thing I do. All sales come out, can't think of what I wanted to say, come on, all products come on sale in a cycle. That's what I want to say, in a cycle. Sales cycles come, and they come about every 6 to 8 weeks, sometimes 2 to 3 months, but they always come back on sale. And if you stock up, if you learn those cycles, you can stock up when they're on sale and not have to worry about it because you know you've got enough until the next cycle comes around. That's the way I like to buy, in cycles. And that way I pay the least price for them that I need, but I'm still able to eat, okay? All products that come that way, not just food, but your household products come there. And maybe in a later posting I will let you know the cycles so you can watch out for yourselves. Another thing I have is a notebook that's got all the prices in and all the products that I buy. That goes with me no matter where I go. And if I find a good price, I buy this stuff. If it's not a good price, I can tell immediately by looking at that book whether it's a good price or whether it's not a good price. It's not in my head, it's written down in plain. I'll show you how I do that too. That way I can always be ahead of time. I can always be prepared. One of the other things I make are dry mixes. I make my own cream soup mixes, my own gravy mixes, my own pancake mix, my own brownie mix, my own cookie mix, my own cake mix, all of those. Very seldom do I buy anything like that. I make my own biscuit mix. It's easier for me to do that than it is to buy it in the store. In fact, it's cheaper because I know I've got what exactly goes into it, and there's no additives or weird things in it, in the food. It's just food for my storage, for my store. I'm into making bread now. Don't make it very often, and I've got to practice more, so maybe you'll be seeing some of them. I do many things, crafts. I'm a crafty person, but I like to do recycled because I don't have the money to go out and buy everything I need. In fact, if you buy whatever you need, you end up with so much that after a while you're just completely crowded out and you have no place to put it. It's because everything you need is such a big amount. You have to buy such a big amount, and you only need one or two. Well, it counts up after a while. In fact, I've been decluttering my house all day for the past 2 months, and I think I finally got most of the stuff out. Yes, I donated a lot of it, but a lot of it went into the garbage, and that's really sad. I took a lot over to my apartment center because the people there would take them, and I would rather have them take it than to throw it out in garbage. I'm going to give you a recipe at the bottom of this video that will be what I am taking out of the dehydrator now. It's chicken breast and it's chicken jerky. I hope you enjoy it. I will be doing recipes like that all the time. It will mostly be on the bottom of it, or I will just show a recipe. I don't plan on talking very often because I'm not that good at it. And we'll worry about that later, okay? Have a good day and look for the recipe below. Thank you. Have a good day.